When I turned 70, I braced myself for slower days, quiet afternoons, gentle hobbies, and a life of gradual decline. I expected to settle into routines and watch the world go by from a favorite armchair. Instead, I discovered a jolting truth. This decade has become the most vibrant, adventurous chapter of my life. If you had told me at 69 that I would hike a mountain trail, learn ballroom dancing, and launch a blog sharing my own late-life discoveries, I would have laughed in disbelief. Yet here I am, more curious, more energized, more present than I ever was in my 40s or 50s. In the next 15 minutes, I want to share the unexpected experiences, bold choices, and small habits that ignited my 70s. This is a story of surprising awakenings, proof that life does not end at 70. It can explode into fresh purpose, joy, and connection. If you fear age means fading away, stay with me. I promise, the best may be yet to come. Rediscovering curiosity at 71. I attended a local astronomy night, expecting polite nods and quiet stares through a telescope. Instead, I was swept up in wonder when I glimpsed Saturn's rings for the first time. Standing under the stars, I felt a childlike thrill, questions bubbling. What else have I missed in my life? That night, I committed to saying yes to new experiences, no matter how small. Hiking the hidden trail. A year later, a friend invited me on a moderate hike in the Cascades. My first thought, I am too old for that. But I remembered the stars and agreed. The morning air was crisp, pine scent filling my lungs. We climbed switchbacks, and at each turn I felt my heart pound with excitement, not fear. Reaching the summit, I gazed over mist-covered valleys and realized my body still carried me. I stamped this habit into my life, monthly hikes to remind me that movement sparks aliveness. Learning to dance. Again, dance was my teenage passion, until life got busy. At 72, I enrolled in a ballroom class. My feet felt awkward on the polished floors and I stumbled over the steps. But laughter echoed in the studio as we partnered up, older and younger students alike. The music's rhythm reignited my spirit. By week 4, I led a simple waltz with grace. Dancing taught me that learning feels best when it challenges comfort. Zones blogging. My late life lessons, I kept a journal of these adventures, but my granddaughter suggested I start a blog. Writing felt vulnerable, sharing stories with strangers, but I remembered the telescope and thought, why not? I created 70 and Alive, where I post reflections, photos, and tips for my peers. Comments poured in from around the Bay world, people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, thanking me for inspiration. Suddenly, my voice reached beyond my living room, connecting me to a global community. What passion or idea have you tucked away that could spark fresh energy? If you shared it, embracing simple pleasures adventure need not always be grand. I began a ritual of joyful Tuesdays. One small treat, Toussaint, new bread from the bakery, a second cup of herbal tea, a chapter of a novel in a sunlit park. These moments stitched delight into ordinary days, reminding me that aliveness lives in details. Building new friendships, retirement had thinned my social circle, but newfound interests brought new companions. At the dance studio, I met June, a retired teacher with a booming laugh and a love of poetry. We formed a waltz and words club, dance followed by sharing poems. Our meetings became a blend of movement and meaning, fueling both body and soul. Volunteering. With purpose at 73, I volunteered at a community garden. Kneeling in the soil alongside other volunteers, we planted heirloom tomatoes and wildflowers for local seniors. Hands in earth, I experienced profound connection to nature, to others, and to a legacy of nurturing. Each tomato blossoming in summer felt like proof that my contributions still mattered. Practicing mindful tech use, I had avoided technology for years, fearing complexity. But to run my blog and connect with fellow readers, I embraced digital tools. I set aside 30 minutes daily to learn new apps or reply to messages, curating an online garden as rich as the one in my yard. Tech became my ally in forging fresh connections, not a barrier. Prioritizing health as empowerment, I used my newfound aliveness as motivation to care for my body. I met with a nutritionist who refined my diet, more colorful vegetables, protein, at every meal, and mindful eating. I balanced hikes and dance with gentle yoga to enhance flexibility. The result, increased stamina, fewer aches, and a spring in each step, evidence that good health fuels possibility. Reflecting with gratitude, every evening, I paused to record 3 moments I felt most alive, each hike summit, each spinning dance, step, each blog comment that warmed my heart. Gratitude turned my adventures into pillars of meaning. This habit cemented their realization that aliveness is a practice, not a phase. 70 is not a finish line, it is a launch pad. By rediscovering curiosity, challenging my body, sharing my voice, and cherishing small joys, I transformed what I expected to be quiet years into an exhilarating journey. Now I ask you, what new experience will you say yes to this week? Which passion will you dust off and pursue? How will you inject small moments of delight into your days? Share your plans in the comments below. Your bold step could spark someone else's. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us build a community that celebrates every chapter of life. And remember, age is a canvas. Whether you paint it dull or vibrant is up to you. Thank you for watching. May your days be filled with discovery, purpose, and the thrill of being alive. No matter your age,